Have you ever felt like you're standing in the way of your own happiness? Like every time life starts getting better, you somehow ruin it? You procrastinate on important goals, push away people who care about you, overthink opportunities until they disappear, quit too early, stay stuck in toxic patterns, and deep down, you know you're hurting yourself, but you don't know why. This is called self-sabotage. And the scary part is, most people don't even realize they're doing it because self-sabotage rarely looks obvious. Sometimes it looks like procrastination, perfectionism, avoidance, overthinking, fear of commitment, low self-esteem, or constantly doubting yourself. But underneath all of those behaviors, there's usually something deeper happening psychologically. In this video, we're going to talk about why people self-sabotage, how trauma and childhood experiences shape it, why your brain sometimes fears success, happiness, and love, and most importantly, how to stop destroying the life you actually want. Self-sabotage is when your actions conflict with your goals. You want success, but avoid doing the work consistently. You want love, but push people away emotionally. You want peace, but keep choosing chaos. And sometimes it feels confusing because consciously you want better, but subconsciously your mind may not feel safe having it. That's the key. Self-sabotage is rarely about laziness. Most of the time, it's about fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of vulnerability, fear of change, and sometimes even fear of success. Because success changes your identity, and the brain fears unfamiliar situations, even positive ones. That's why some people destroy opportunities right before things start improving. Not because they don't want happiness, but because their nervous system is more familiar with struggle. A huge part of self-sabotage begins in childhood, especially if someone grew up in environments filled with criticism, instability, neglect, emotional inconsistency, or impossible expectations. For example, a child who constantly hears, "You're never good enough," may grow into an adult who fears trying at all because failure feels emotionally dangerous. So procrastination becomes protection. If they never fully try, they never fully fail. Another example, a child who grew up around unpredictable love may later sabotage healthy relationships because chaos feels familiar. Healthy love feels unfamiliar, and unfamiliar can feel unsafe. This is why many people unconsciously recreate emotional environments that match what they experienced growing up, even when those environments hurt them, because the brain prefers familiarity over happiness. And maybe one of the saddest parts of self-sabotage is that people often blame themselves for survival mechanisms they developed years ago. Here are the 5 signs you're self-sabotaging. 1. Chronic procrastination. Not normal rest. Avoidance. You delay important things even when you know they matter, and usually it's not because you're lazy. It's because the task triggers anxiety, fear, pressure, or self-doubt. 2. Perfectionism. Perfectionism is often hidden fear, because if everything has to be perfect before you start, you'll never start, and perfectionism protects people from judgment. If I never fully try, nobody can truly judge me. 3. Destroying healthy relationships. Some people sabotage love when it starts becoming real. They pull away emotionally, overreact, create unnecessary conflict, lose interest when someone genuinely cares, because intimacy triggers fear, especially for people who associate love with pain or instability. 4. Negative self-talk. Your inner voice constantly says, "You're not good enough. You'll fail anyway. You don't deserve success." And eventually, your behavior starts matching those beliefs because people unconsciously act according to how they see themselves. 5. Staying in comfort zones. Even miserable comfort zones can feel safer than change, so people stay in unhealthy jobs, unhealthy relationships, unhealthy habits, not because they enjoy suffering, but because uncertainty feels terrifying. So, how to stop self-sabotaging? 1. Become aware of your patterns. You can't change patterns you don't recognize. Start paying attention to moments where you avoid opportunities, push people away, quit too early, or create excuses for staying stuck. Awareness is the first step toward change. 2. Stop confusing familiarity with safety. Just because something feels familiar doesn't mean it's healthy. Many people stay emotionally attached to painful patterns simply because they recognize them. Healing often feels uncomfortable at first. That's normal. 3. Change your inner dialogue. Your mind listens to the way you speak to yourself. If your inner voice constantly attacks you, your confidence will slowly collapse. Instead of saying, "I always ruin everything," try, "I'm learning healthier patterns." Self-compassion changes behavior more effectively than self-hatred. 4. Take small actions. Consistently. Self-sabotage grows in overwhelm. Small, consistent actions rebuild trust with yourself, not perfection. Consistency. Tiny progress matters more than dramatic motivation. 5. Accept that you deserve better. This is one of the deepest parts of healing. Many people unconsciously sabotage happiness because deep down, they don't believe they deserve it. But your past pain is not proof that you deserve suffering forever. Healing from self-sabotage is difficult because you're not only changing habits, you're changing identity. You're teaching your nervous system that peace is safe, that love is safe, that success is safe, that rest is safe. And sometimes you'll still fall back into old patterns. That doesn't mean you failed. Growth is not linear. The goal is not becoming perfect overnight. The goal is becoming conscious enough to stop destroying yourself unconsciously. Maybe the hardest part about self-sabotage is realizing that part of you learned to survive by expecting disappointment. So every time happiness appeared, you pushed it away before it could hurt you. But you are not your old survival patterns. You are not your trauma. You are not your fear. You are not the voice that tells you you'll never change. And one day, instead of ruining opportunities, pushing people away, or holding yourself back, you'll finally allow yourself to become the person you were always capable of being. Not because you stopped feeling fear, but because you stopped letting fear control your life. If this video resonated with you, comment below, "I'm done standing in my own way," and subscribe for more videos about relationships, emotional intelligence, psychology, healing, and self-growth.